so much effort was done really to make it as accurate as possible. So yeah, a priori is for determining the sample size, right? You would start with beta of 20 because that's the generally acceptable. But if, for example, okay, let's do it now. By the way, when you're ready, after mong mag-notes, after taking your notes, Marjorie, when you're ready, let's do it now. Just to show it. I think it's a very important skill that all of you would need to learn. So we choose a priori and then required sample size given alpha. So we were assuming that we're just about to conduct a study and identify the acceptable or a sample size where you will be confident that your result would be reliable or your conclusion is valid. Effect size, there are three options. If you click to effect size, so that's one method. That's the easiest method of identifying effect size. You choose small, medium, or large. So it will give you a value 20, 30, 50, and 80. So the advantage is it's very convenient. The disadvantage is it's not as accurate as the other two methods. So yung other two methods would be, so yung one, I think, and is the best, is the pilot study. And we can use UGMAS data on that, but later for ANOVA. And then, the other one is yung review of related literature. There are previously published studies or related topics that will give you values for the standard deviation and the means. And you can use that as long as it's very relevant to your study. Okay, so for now, we'll just try an effect size. For example, small effect size. And then alpha is now is the power of the test that we can change. It's not biased. It's called it's an analysis actually. This is called power analysis. Okay. We start with 0.8 because that's the general accepted value. If we have power of 95 and we have an alpha of 0.05, which is higher in this case, alpha or beta?
Beta.
If we have a power of 95 and an alpha of 0.05, which is higher, alpha or beta? Nakamute yung sumasagot. Tcharan! Rainiel, call a friend.
Hi,
Rainiel? I think na-follow mo yung tanong.
Hindi po ba same?
Yes, it's the same. Because, alam niyo kung ba't the same? Kasi alpha is 0.05. Power is 95. And you know, ang formula ng power is 1 minus beta. So, 1 minus beta, ang kailangan mong beta is 0.05 para makuha yung
0.05.
Gets?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So,
Pero you will see,
Sir, clarify ko lang kung tama yung pagkakaintindi ko kanina. Doon kung paano. It's a question for me actually earlier. How did we arrive with the 0.20? So we just minus 1 minus 0.8. So we arrive with 0.20 or 20, the value ng power.
Technically, it's yung 0.20 ang given, tapos yung 0.8 ang na-compute. Pero ano na kasi to, shortcut na, yung given na yung power. Pero ayan naman, nakalagay 1 minus beta, error probability. So actually, yung 0.20 ang given, yung 80 ang kinompute lang. Pero since yung 80 yung nakalagay dyan, binabaliktad natin.
Okay, sir.
So that's the good of understanding the formula kasi kahit bali-balik ta rin, we know how to derive. And basic rule of not transposition, may nagko-correct kasi wala daw law of transposition. Additional property of equality. Okay, so we're good with the first three elements. Wait, tails, one-tailed or two-tailed? How would you know kung one-tailed or two-tailed?
Pag one-tailed, sir,
No, based on the yung null hypothesis natin sa example, wet and dry.
it's
Ano ba yung null
two-tailed.
hypothesis natin?
There is no significant difference between the initial worm density of dry and wet areas.
Which means, is it one-tailed or two-tailed?
Two-tailed, sir.
Yes. Kasi kapag may sinabing higher or lower, yun yung one-tailed, right? Eto, pag hindi sinabi kong higher or lower, pwede kasi unequal lang siya. Pero hindi mo alam kung lower or higher. Kaya, two-tailed. So we have two. And then, allocation ratio ni sample 1 and sample 2. Right? This is always 1 kung equal ang allocation ni sample 1 at sample 2. Pero kung for example, gamitin natin yung sa sa worm80.csv, ilan yung sample size ni wet at ni dry? I think 57
And 23.
and so anong ratio ng 57 over 23? Can someone compute that quickly?
2:1.
No, may decimal point yun eh. Parang 2 point something, almost 3.
2.47824.
Ayan, pakitype na lang yun, Marjorie. 2 point something.
2.4783.
2.83, okay. So, yan yung allocation ni sample ratio. Okay na. Effect size. Okay na. Next, click calculate. Kaya lang natatago yung hindi ko nakikita. Di ba calculate, makikita mo na kung ilan yung sample size ni group 1 na required at ni group 2. Tama? Pero hindi ko nakikita kasi pwedeng pakidusog yung yung ang nakikita ko lang critical T tapos wala nang bale on the other side please.
Okay, sir. Ganun?
More pa. Ayan. O, di ba? May na-compute tayong sample size ni group 1 ay 276 dapat. At sample size ni group 2 ay 684 dapat. Di ba? If we want a 80% power and we think that the effect size is small or 0.2. Okay? But in this case, actually, yes, but that is for estimation of sample size. So in this case, we're not using, the sample size here is already given. Okay? And generally, yung 2.4783 ay, ang default value is 1 kasi it's better kung equal na lang, di ba? Kahit independent sample. Pero there are cases na hindi talaga equal, like eto, 23 versus 57 ba? So, what we will do is, that's for identifying, okay? Dapat ang sample size na natin is 276 for sample 1 versus 684 for sample 2, right? To have a power of 0.8. O ngayon, we only have 23 and 50 plus. Ano ngayon yung power na kino-contain ng 23 and 50 plus? O ilagay natin yon. Instead na a priori, gawin mo post hoc naman yung test. No, not the, same pa rin dyan.
Sir,
Ang babaguhin mo yung type of power analysis. Magiging post hoc test, compute achieved power. Kasi, hindi na natin yung mababago yung sample kasi nakandak na yung study, di ba? 80 yung ginamit na sample, 23 tsaka 57. So, the effect size is 0.2. Sample size 1 would be 57 and 23. Pwede naman magkabaliktad yan. Eh. Okay? Calculate. Ilan yung lumabas? Can you show me? Na power?
0.125.
Diba? So,
Sir,
ilan yung probability? 0.125. So, ilan yung beta niyan? Almost 99. 98, 97 point something. Diba? So, more likely, ano na nga yung beta? Ang laki ng probability mong magkamali ng, ng hypothesis. Diba?
Sir, I have a question po pala here. Sir,
Yeah.
I actually computed for the effect size for this question.
Yes, correct. Dadating tayo dyan. Pinapakita lang natin yung effect size. Ngayon, that's the power for small effect size. Then let's try sa medium effect size. Can you change only the medium? Keep everything as is, pero medium effect size. 0.5. And then calculate. And then pakidusog ulit kasi hindi ko nakikita. I don't know why. Kasi so, ang power ay naging 51 kaagad. So, much better yan. Diba? Kasi ang beta mo, pag 51 ay 49 lang ang beta mo. Diba? Pero if we check yung large effect size, let's go back sa effect size, gawin mong 0.8. O, ilan na yung power?
Wow, tumaas.
89.
0.89.
So, are we happy with that or no? We're happy with that kasi na-reach niya yung 80. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, yung 57 at 23 ay enough na sample size na to achieve a power of 80 kasi sobra pa nga siya, 80 something. Diba 89? So, excellent na sample size na yan kung ang effect size mo ay at least 0.8. Pero ano ba talaga yung effect size natin? We know na may data tayo, kaya we can calculate that. And Marjorie will demonstrate us how to calculate the effect size. Ayan, pa-show na lang. May tab to determine effect size. Right? Pag clicking determine, hindi ko nakikita yung
Eto, sir.
Okay, tapos may lilitaw na box sa gilid. Hindi ko nakikita eh.
Nakikita niyo na po, sir.
Ayan, nakikita ko na. So, may mean 1 at mean 2.
Yung mean 1 po natin dito is 4.45. Ito